How powerful is Gale Dekarios' internal combustion orb explosion thing? This. Hello Internet, Jojo here, and last year I played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I would stay up at night playing Baldur's Gate 3 and then go to bed, and then when I wake up in the morning, I would be like, quick load, trying to go back to the night before so I could go to bed a few hours early. It never worked, and I did realize that I might have a problem. That's how bad it was. I had a problem. But regardless of my personal dysfunctions, Baldur's Gate 3 is a very good game. There's a reason it absolutely swept the Game Awards and took home several music awards and voice acting awards. The game literally changed the standards that people have for video games now. So you might say it's in good company with Elden Ring. Anyways, as you play through the game, you pick up many different companions like Pokemon to fight with you and by your side. And they are romanceable, mind you, but that's not the point. Probably one of the most interesting of these characters, especially from a power scaling standpoint, is Gale Dekarios, a wizard prodigy from the city of Waterdeep. Now, it is interesting for more reasons than just one we're going to talk about today, but regardless, he is a very interesting character. Now, when you first pick him up, he doesn't seem to be all that threatening, but fast forward a bit and he asks you for a magical item. A bit weird, but okay, he has his quirks. I'm not going to judge him. Okay, well, I judge him a little bit, but that's not the point. He has his quirks, I give him the item. Problem solved. For now. After a bit more time passes of him traveling with you, he finally decides to spill the beans and tell you that he's actually a living nuclear bomb that will explode and kill everything in the area if he does not get a magical snack every now and then, or if he dies and left to rot.
As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however, I will erupt. It'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
Gale explains that because he and a goddess got it on a few times, and that because he wanted to try and be the best boyfriend ever, and perhaps because he was a bit hungry for power, he decided that the only way that she was ever going to see him as husband material and give him permission to look into the deep magics was if he could manage to bring back a long lost part of said goddess's very being. Luckily, he actually did find the piece of the goddess, but when he interacted with it, it kind of jumped on top of him and merged with his form, becoming part of his body, giving him this insatiable hunger for magic. After the goddess discovered what Gale did, she wasn't all too happy and broke up with him, leaving Gale to deal with the Netherese Orb on his own. That's rough, buddy. Now, the Netherese Orb, the exploding magical thing in his chest, is said that if it was to go off, would take out a city the size of Waterdeep. Now, for those of you who are like me and don't know what Waterdeep is, because you only played Baldur's Gate 3, which I imagine is a lot of you, then let me put a little light on the subject. Waterdeep is one of, if not the most important city in the entire land of Faerun. Faerun being the continent that the story takes place on, and is home to about 100,000 people. It is essentially the medieval version of New York, Tokyo, or London. The world would definitely continue to function without much difficulty if they vanished, but if they vanished, it would still be a major disaster. That's really all you need to know. It's a big important city, and that's it. That's it. Don't know why I talked this up so much, but that's it. So taking a look at this map of Waterdeep from the Forgotten Realms site, which gives us a nice little handy dandy ruler to use, we can find that the city itself at its longest is about 4.4 miles or 7.08 kilometers long. With that now known, we can make a jump over to the nuke map and find that after a bit of trial and error, the Netherese Orb explosion must be worth about 500 kilotons of TNT, or the equivalent of the USA's Ivy King bomb. The Ivy King was the largest pure fission nuclear bomb ever tested by the United States. The fireball alone would be well over 1 kilometer or half a mile in radius. It's doing big damage. Of course, this is only using the methods that modern humans can use to measure stuff. It's important to remember that this is magic. It's primordial magic. It's magic that the people in the land of Faerun don't have access to, or should not have access to on the regular. This is a part of a god, or as close as you can get to one, I suppose. So it could almost 100% be far more powerful just contained to a smaller area. We don't really know a whole lot about it, but it is a magical explosion. But that being said, Gale should be able to output 500 kilotons of TNT at the very least. So also, to be fair, he can only do it one time because of the whole internal combustion thing that he has going on with it. I guess his experience with the goddess Mystra almost made his heart leap from his chest and explode 15 square miles of anything and everything. So all that being said, I would love to calculate more Baldur's Gate feats, but there's just nothing to calculate. I mean, at least not that I remember. Most feats are highly interpretation dependent, and that's not something I really do a whole lot. I mean, there is Gale's interdimensional cosmic sex scene, but let's be honest, that's just kind of boring and would actually be pretty difficult to make a video about on YouTube. Okay, that's not quite true. I know exactly how I would make that video. I just censor everything. But I'm not going to because my parents might watch this video. Nah, they don't watch my stuff anymore. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Remember to stay spectacular. JoJo out. Bye-bye.